First lake. Trying to make a comeback. Yowzers. That's a better fish. Good fish. All right, Lake 2. We got to get our 5 fish limit and see if we can beat Lake number 1. Let's get it. Lake 1, we got 4 in the boat. Lake 2, we just started. See if we can get a couple of big bass to bite. There's a fish. Well, let's start out with a big bass. Alright. Thought I had a bump, then I didn't. Oh, and he's off. Starting off strong in Lake 2. There we go. Kind of a long and lean guy. Let's hope he behaves here. We have 16 and a half. Almost getting him to touch 16 3/4. So 16 and a half. Lake 2, first bass. All right. Started out with the jig for just a little bit. Then I thought I saw some panfish, so I tried some panfish, but I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try the chatterbait. I've always had decent luck on this lake with the chatterbait. I have had some luck with the jig also, so chatterbait, I just feel like I can cover a little more ground. Kind of staying right on the edge where the weeds start. Using this chatterbait right above the weeds. See if we can find that exact spot that we caught that last fish. Oh, there's a fish. Be a bass. Ooh, hit like a ton of bricks. Oh, that is. That's a big bass. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look at that bass. Yes. That is a giant. Look at that mouth. Wow. Whew. It hit and I'm like, please don't be a northern. On Lake 1 we were looking for our kicker fish. Lake 2 we got it early. Do this guy on the floor just to make sure we get a measure. Look at that. Wow. There's a 20-inch bass. 20-inch bass. Awesome fish. We gotta throw this guy on the scale. Could he be our first 5-pounder? Last time out here we had a 4.96. We got a 4.80. Wow, wow, wow. All right, going back. 20-incher. I had taken the time to loop around back to where I thought I got that other one based on my graph, and wow, that thing just hammered it. Although when I got it in the net, the hook fell right out, so need some better hook sets here. Okay, good couple of fish here on Second Lake. There's where we accessed it. Could be a time of the day thing, it could be this is where the fish are. Whatever it is, nice to get a big fish in the boat. Felt like a bite. Maybe we're back in an active area. Throw it back out there. Let her sink a little. There we go. We are. Well, at least when we're catching bass. We're not just catching northerns. All right. Fish number 3 on lake number 2. A little better hook set there. All right. Fish number 3 is 17 and a half. Another great fish here. 17 and a half. Lake 1 is going, uh-oh. All right, we're gonna just keep working our way around. Oh, there we go. Another bump. The last time we had a bump, we threw it back and got a bass. See if we can do it again. There's sink. Oh, something out there. Something out there. There's a fish. Oh, and off. Darn it. Didn't feel like it was the best hook set to start with, and then I reached down to steer. Alright. A little more active area here. It's a little bit of a lull for a bit. All right, it's a bigger fish, whatever it is. We got a bass. Lake 2, back on the board. There we go. And a real jig hook set. Beautiful fish. Got some chunkers over here on Lake 2. I'll give this a little dip. This guy seems a little wild, so we'll get him on here. We're looking at 17 3/4. Wow. Not getting fast and furious, but when we're getting them, we're getting some nice ones. Look at that fish. All right, on the jig. That's 4 to the limit. I think in Minnesota we all have the same thought when we're kind of fishing deeper water for bass. When we set that hook, we think, please don't be a northern. I don't mind big northerns, but when I'm bass fishing, those northerns sometimes can wreak havoc. All right, we've got a couple hours to get one more fish on each lake for the full limits. I am shocked on this side that it hasn't been more northerns. Before I used to fish jigs and chatterbaits and all that, I would always come over here and troll for northerns with a MEP spinner if I needed some action. All right. Oh, I think we got northern. Yep. Decent northern. Hooked in the snout. All right, decent northern. Coming back through some of the productive areas, just slowing it down with the jig. Got a couple of bites after a bit of a lull. cut that 20-incher, and then things slowed down a bit, but we seem to be back on track a little bit. There we go. Oh, sling him in. A little big of a guy to be slinging in, but we got him. Whew. There we go. What do we got? $16. Just touching 16. Hoping to call that one, but a nice limit here on this side of the lake. That's the Lake 2 limit. Gonna take some time to see if we can call, and then back to Lake 1 where we need to finish out our limit. Kind of a fun challenge today, especially the fact that I'm catching some big fish on this side and more than just one. A lot of my trips I'm only getting 1 or 2 over here that are bigger fish. Today, we've got a whole limit. Seems to have helped by slowing down. Plus the sun is coming out a little bit. Plus, dare I say it, the wind let up a bit. Sometimes I forget to work the jig the way it's supposed to be worked. Jigging it too much. When you have a swim jig, you should just kind of swim it through, hold your rod tip high, and maybe jiggle it through something every once in a while. But those legs are doing the action for you. Oh, there we go, fish on. That'll call. I think that'll call. We make 16 with this one. First time through with the black and blue thunder cricket. Second time through with the white. What do we got? Oh, there we go. Good upgrade. 16 and a half. 16 and a half inch bass on Lake 2 calling. All right, there you go. Second lake, black and blue chatterbait with an electric shad power stinger off the back, black jig with max scent sugar craw, and I think we even got one with the white chatterbait. All right, back on first lake. First order of business, complete our limit. We only have 4 fish in the boat right now. I'm not even sure what they all measure. And then after that, we're gonna have to do some culling because second lake did really well. I think it'll be nice to be somewhat sheltered from the wind. We got time. There's the landing. And here's our spot on first lake. We'll fish up the lily pads here again. For whatever reason, this has been our frog spot today. Right off that corner. If we catch another fish there, it'll be our 5th fish that we caught. And we've measured 3 of them so far. And they've all been bigger than the last. So could it be? Let's see. Here we go. Could it be a 5th fish on this spot? Alright, not right now. But maybe on the way in. How about this one? Is there one over here? Can we get our 5th right away here? Alright. Oh, that's a nice bass. We got our fifth, and boy, this is almost kicker size here. I didn't realize it was that big. Wow. Just kind of sucked in that frog. That is a big fish. We got a great 18.5-inch fish. That thing is heavy. We'll put this one on the scale. 3.9 pounds. That's almost a 4-pounder. That is going to help. Fifth fish to the limit. 2 lakes, 2 limits. That's too much fun. A while back when I was out here, I caught 2 of the biggest bass of the summer in the same way. Just fishing these kind of lily pad islands here. So guess what we're gonna do? What a difference a side makes. But you know what? We caught a lot of fish over on that lake, even though it was windy. Kind of excited about these lily pad islands out here too now. I had it in my mind that I was gonna fish down that shore, and we probably still will, but first things first, work the lily pads. That's a better fish. All right. That might cull a fish. I think we had 1 cull on the other lake. This one might help. I think we got maybe a 14.25. What do we got here? 15.75. All right, that helps a little bit. 15.75. Just feel like it's gonna happen quick, so just kind of running and gunning through here, and like I'll throw it to the edge, let it splat down, and then move it fast. Try to get one of those reaction kind of strikes. There may have been a boat that went through here too. One big bite would be great. We already got a nice limit. Oh, I didn't think I got him. That is a big fish. Wow. I thought I missed it. I could have sworn it went that way. The thing just swallowed it. Nice. All right. First lake. Trying to make a comeback. All right. Another chunky bass, close to 4 pounds, I bet. 17.75. 17.75-inch bass. Wow. There we go. Chipping away at Second Lake and doing it how we love it with the frog. I'm gonna finish up where I started over here. We got Lake 1 and Lake 2. Both produced a limit. What a fun day of fishing. I have no idea which one won. I did before I moved back over here to Lake 1 because Lake 2 was so good, but we added a couple of big fish. Lake 2 had that 20-inch kicker, but a couple of late big fish. I'm gonna have to put the totals up here somewhere. And just a great day of fishing. I think it's gonna have to be split into 2 videos. So I appreciate you watching both videos, and I'll see you on the next one.